the Haverhill Journal Live for Monday, September 28th, 2020. I'm Lindsay Paris, here with you tonight live from the HC Media Studios. HC Media brings you the Haverhill Journal Live Monday nights at 7 p.m., live streaming on Channel 22 in Haverhill, at haverhillcommunitytv.org, and on the HC Media Facebook page, replaying at 5:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. every weekday night on Channel 22. Tonight, have you heard about Northern Essex Community College's early college program and their new tuition-free promise program? Marcy Yeager, Executive Director of PK through 12 Partnerships, will fill us in on the benefits of these fantastic opportunities for students. Also, the Journal visited the Clean River Project to see how their crew is turning trash into treasure and how you can pick up a fun work of art for your home or business and support the Merrimack River cleanups at the same time. Mayor Fiorentini will not be with us this evening as he is celebrating his wife's birthday tonight. Happy birthday, Martha. Beginning this Wednesday, September 30th, free COVID-19 testing will be available here in Haverhill. No appointment is necessary. Anyone can be tested. You do not have to be showing symptoms to get tested. No ID is required, only a name and a phone number to receive the results. Testing will be available every day except Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Test locations are as follows. From Wednesday, September 30th to Tuesday, October 6th, testing will be done at the Lock Street parking lot behind Butch's Uptown Restaurant and next to 125 Winter Street. Beginning Wednesday, October 7th through Wednesday, October 14th, testing will be located in the parking lot at 358 Washington Street in front of Somebody Cares Food Pantry. Again, testing is available from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day except Sunday at these locations. Hundreds of local high school students are earning college credit through Northern Essex Community College's Early College Program, where students can enroll in courses at NECC as early as their sophomore year in high school. By earning college credit in high school, students can save thousands on tuition expenses, and the new tuition-free promise program at NECC will save families even more. Marcy Yeager, Executive Director of PK-12 Partnerships and International Programs at NECC, is joining us tonight to discuss this fantastic opportunity for high schoolers. Marcy, thanks so much for being here.
No problem. Nice to be here.
So tell us a little bit about early college. How does the early college program work?
Okay, so early college is a state designated program that we go into partnership with a high school and a higher ed institution. The state designation means that we have really carefully aligned all of the curriculum, the assessments, built in incredible student supports. So we have two state designated programs, Lawrence High School and Haverhill High School, and we're actually in the process of completing the Whittier designation right now. Beyond that, we have dual enrollment, which all students in the Merrimack Valley are welcome to. So we're going to talk about the Haverhill High School designation tonight, which I'm so excited to tell you has 160 students enrolled as of last week.
Wow, that is amazing. And they're even able to do that while we're in this kind of remote learning phase as well?
Yes, so all of our courses are online. And I really appreciate that the Haverhill High School Early College kids started when we started. So they went back to us almost a week and a half before they went back to Haverhill High School.
Wow.
All 160 are taking 2 classes each semester. About 100 of them are juniors and 60 are seniors this year. Broadly, the way our early college program works is that during the sophomore year, students take a broad assessment actually embedded into your coursework. So if you're a Haverhill High School student, you don't know that you're getting this assessment. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. So it's, and we're able to assess with partnership between faculty. So Northern Essex faculty and Haverhill High School faculty have built the criteria to assess whether the student is college ready. And what I mean by college ready is, are they ready for a credit-bearing college course? So we're looking at the English assessment, the mathematics assessment, and the reading skills. And then from there, Haverhill High School does an amazing job promoting the program and starting to talk to parents and families and really looking at who's a good fit for early college.
Okay. So can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Students at the high school who take AP courses, do these early college programs, are they similar to AP courses? Or do you just receive credit? Do you need to test to get the credit, receive the credit, or do you receive the credit automatically?
You assess to place college ready. And then when you join early college, first thing is that our courses are on 15-week semesters. So students are able to take in 2 academic periods at the high school, 5 classes over an academic year. So an AP class, let's say they're taking calculus at the high school, that might be an AP level, that's going to be a full academic year's course. Our calculus class will be a 15-week course. I'm incredibly biased, obviously, but the benefit there is that a student could do calculus 1 in the fall and maybe calculus 2 in the spring, and that's the entire math sequence for some majors.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's amazing. That is really excellent. I wish this program had been around when I was in school. How can students benefit from participating in this program?
So there's a bunch. The obvious one is time and money, right? Most of our graduates from the early college program, if they started in their junior year, I should note that they can jump in at any point. It's not, if you don't start in your junior year, you can't join. But if they started in their junior year and they went through to graduation, they'll probably graduate with about 30 credits. And that's a full year of college done.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So the financial savings is incredible because I didn't mention this earlier, but part of the designation is that between Northern Essex, the school district, and when they have it, the state, they will fund early college. So no family will be charged for tuition or books.
That's an incredible benefit, especially, you know, in this day and age when school is so expensive that you can earn a whole year's worth of college credits for free, essentially.
Yeah. Hard work, but it is. And then, so obviously time and money, but the other piece that I think is critical is the transition to college, any college, be it Northern Essex after you leave high school or a 4-year college. It's tough, right? That transition from a full academic year to a 15-week. The expectations from your professors. I was a full-time professor, so I can say this without being horribly mean. You know, we all have our thing, right? We all have this one little thing, and students start to learn how to navigate college versus high school. So our early college students have that down, right? So when they're transferring out, graduating from high school, they already know all of the little nuances of college, and they've also already experienced college life, right? So students go to class 4 days a week when we're face-to-face. And then on the 5th day, and that's going to vary for students depending on what early college pathway they choose. On the 5th day, they do student support activities. So we do force kids to go to tutoring if they need it. Our math students have a math supplemental instructor, but we also have planned activities. They can go to the gym, they can hang out in the library and get more work done. Everything we all did in college, right? We got to get our homework done, but we also have the fun piece, the college engagement.
I think that's kind of exciting too for high school students who may be looking forward to college, you know, because who doesn't, to get to enjoy that college experience, you know, kind of ahead of time a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have also the Promise program, which is a new initiative that allows early college program graduates to attend NECC tuition free, which is also a huge deal for families. So tell us more about this.
Okay, so the Promise program is 2 years young. And it is ultimately an endowment that Northern Essex is building so that we can support more and more students, because as early college numbers grow, we anticipate there'll be more students that want to take advantage of the Promise program. So we're building that endowment. So I'm going to make a shameless plug that folks really want to support this endowment. But right now we are funded through the Stevens Foundation and the Cummings Foundation, and they have given us the seed money to offer what's called a GAP scholarship. So it's anything that the student would be charged for above and beyond what they receive from free state and federal financial aid. Now, if a student weren't eligible and they were accepted into the Promise program for federal or state aid, they are allowed into the Promise program. So we would commit to covering the full tuition. It is tuition and textbooks, and it's built off the pathways from early college. So again, the idea is that students would come in and finish that extra year at Northern Essex. So then they could transfer to a 4-year degree and really truly only have 2 years of college expenses.
Right. Wow, that's amazing. Now, we talked a little bit about it, but just in a nutshell, what are the criteria that students at HHS need to meet in order to enroll in the early college program?
Okay. Well, early college is open to any Haverhill High School student that is interested. What they need to do is there's a couple pathways in. So, and during the sophomore year, they take a quick assessment that's built into their curriculum. And that gives us a sense of if they're college ready. But let's say there's a student that potentially had a really bad day the day they took that assessment, and it doesn't reflect who they really are. We get lists that say, we really think that this student should do an alternative assessment. So we have a second opportunity in. And we also have at the 10th grade in the spring semester at Haverhill High School, or in this case, remotely, what's called the first year experience. And this is really a college readiness seminar that's being built into the curriculum for 10th graders. And successful completion of that will earn students a spot in the early college program. So it is open to every student, but we really focus on the underrepresented students that college might not be in their vernacular. And if they're not, they might need some readiness skills. And so it's open to everyone, but we have a couple pathways in.
Fantastic. It's a great way to boost college readiness, like you said, for everybody, not just for the top scholars. Do you have any updates on the program at Whittier Tech? I know you said that you may be expanding to Whittier Tech very soon.
So the early college designation process at the state level goes on a year-to-year cycle. So we have completed Part A, and we are madly writing Part B right now. So if designated, fingers crossed, we would be awarded in the spring and start for the fall of 2021.
Cool. Very good. Great news for Whittier Tech students. Where can parents and students find more information on the early college program?
So the Northern Essex website has broad strokes about all of our dual enrollment and early college programming. But if you're specific to Haverhill High School, the best place to go is directly to your guidance counselor and tell them you're interested. And they will connect you to the coordinator, Assistant Principal Anthony Curette. And he's going to
Excellent.
hate that I just said that about. I'm going to get emails.
Well, it's great news for Haverhill High School students, and I'm sure you'll be having even more students enrolling next year, as well as possibly Whittier Tech students for 2021. Marcy Yeager, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me. Have a good night.
Thank you. I know a lot of students will be taking advantage of this fantastic opportunity to further their education. With COVID-19 canceling most local events, nonprofits have gotten creative on the fundraising front. The Clean River Project is transforming some of the objects they've removed from the Merrimack River into works of art. You can bring home a new lawn ornament and support the project's efforts to clean up the Merrimack River at the same time. We stopped by the Clean River Project's headquarters to meet some of the people behind these beautiful bikes and boots. The old saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And here at the Clean River Project, they found an innovative new way to turn garbage into gold.
Clean River Project is a non-profit group that's been around for going on 16 years. Clean up the Merrimack River, that's the drinking water for a lot of these communities. And we're out here every day pulling back the abuse that goes on in the river. When COVID-19 hit, we started collecting a lot of stuff. So to bring awareness to the public how much is in that river, instead of cars and stuff like the big stuff, we wanted to bring back all the small stuff. Like with all the bikes coming out of the river, we decided to start to upcycle. These were going to the dump, to the junkyard, wherever. But what we wanted to do was give back to the community, and what a creative way to raise money for the river, and also make these look pretty. We actually give them to the staff and the volunteers, and they take them home and they make them look like this. Amazing.
I was very concerned about the state of the river, and I had been making posts online, taking pictures and posting, how can we clean the river? And then I somehow stumbled across something on Facebook about the Clean River Project, so I started getting more involved with that. I absolutely love this project because it gives me creative freedom, and because it also helps to save the river and protect the wildlife as well. We had started collecting more bikes, and we decided we were going to start spray painting them and repurposing them, and then trying to get people to purchase them and donate. the money so that we could raise more money for Clean River, because we need more money to help save the Merrimack. This is our mermaid bike, and I thought it would be really fun to do something, since I love mermaids and I also love the water. I really love the color blue and purple, and I thought it would be appropriate to do something, since we want to try and protect the river and it flows into the ocean. I thought that would be a nice theme.
Hey, for those folks who've been watching me for 15 years, you notice I wear these boots. So
Yeah.
I've had so many laying around, and I asked the public, what do we do with them? And they said make flower arrangements out of them. So we washed them, we foam filled them, they're full of foam, and basically we gave them to the staff and volunteers, and they came back with these, and they're beautiful.
These are gorgeous, and what a creative way to use them up, right?
Yes,
So how much do you sell these for?
they're $50.
Okay, and people can use them for centerpieces or put them in the garden, or
Exactly. On their stairs at home, I bring them to their office, and it has a story. These boots have been up and down the river cleaning the environment, so they have a story with them, and there's little notes written on the bottom from the volunteers and so forth.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people who don't get a chance to go out on the river may, have a misconception that it's dirty and it's gross. But when you're out on the boats, it's just absolutely breathtaking. There's so much wildlife. You see all kinds of beautiful things, and it's just gorgeous being out on the water with the breeze and all the trees, and it's a very freeing feeling. And then to be able to be out there and to actually clean and pull things out, it makes you feel so good, like you are really helping and contributing, It's a wonderful feeling.
I've done this for 12 years without a pay, and I've seen the abuse. I've seen it when I was a little kid watching stuff float by, and it's just in my blood. I love the wildlife. I love the geese. I love the swans. I love watching the fish, the birds, nature, being out there and just hearing the wind, looking at the water, looking at the fish swimming by. It's just, it's worth it. Every day I'm out there cleaning, it's worth it.
So creative, Clean River Project is now offering Halloween and fall-themed bikes to add to your seasonal displays. Call 978-857-6680 or visit the Clean River Project page on Facebook to see photos of more bikes and maybe adopt yours. And that's our show for Monday, September 28th. Thanks so much for joining us. As always, keep watching HC Media for up-to-date information, public service announcements, series programs, and more. I'm Lindsay Paris, and have a great evening, everyone. Good night.